Okay, I'm going to introduce Chen Gao. Um, you notice that's spelled with a Q, but it's pronounced Chen, right? Correct?
Yes,
Chen?
yes.
Okay. And Chen is an amazing artist. He is actually has a PhD in microbiology and just retired some years ago, right?
Yeah.
And he's been painting watercolors since 1998. And he also paints in oils. He happens to be a signature member of the American Watercolor Society, National Watercolor Society, the Transparent Watercolor Society of America, and the California Watercolor Association. He's self-taught artist. This is the thing that is so amazing because I talked to him at length, and he really did just teach himself. He took a couple of classes, but is basically self-taught. His influences are from John Singer Sargent, Edward Sego, John Yardley, and Trevor Chamberlain. He's developed his style of controlled loose painting through years of experimentation, producing works that are fresh and loose, but hold every component together as a whole. His works have won numerous awards, both nationally and internationally. So here is Chen Gao.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry, really. Okay. Always waste a lot of time. I bef before hello everybody. Uh just get a little bit confused. Let's quickly get action. So I prepared several slides before, but now since the timing is running out, I'm going to
No,
do a painting, and also I'm going to, you can ask a question. I'm going to explain what the material I'm using. Okay. Like for today's demo, uh, well, honestly, the always most nervous part is about setting the camera, make it work in the right way. So today I'm going to painting something like this. This is actually is a place called Woodbridge in UK. I was there. I took some picture, but this one's not from me. My picture was a dark. It's kind of cloudy day. The light is really not good. However, these things basically like that. Sometimes change different size of boat there. So I think it probably doesn't matter. I just try to painting something like this. Okay.
great.
So before I thought I would like start from pencil drawing, but during the meeting started, um, I was not sure my camera is really good. Maybe we'll use more time. So I just quickly sketch the pencil drawing. Now you can see the first step it's also important, very important, is somebody called a design. Uh, I usually use the word called composition. See, like get composition right means proportion, direction, also some light change, dark and light. But you do need to remember, or you reference your photo. Then during the painting, of course, something can be changed. Okay, so if you guys can see the paper pretty well,
Yes,
we can
perfectly.
go ahead.
Hey, Chen, before you go to the next phase, do you do a value study beforehand?
What setting?
A value study. Do you?
No.
Okay, so you
Uh,
just use,
I will emphasize the value change. I'm not doing a value study alone. Okay. So like this painting, if you what my in my mind is this, since the building, there's some light building, white one, okay, the major. If you look at my sketch, I basically omit the far left side.
yeah.
So then it come out a problem in my mind because the white building will become dominant. So how to control that one, it should be a challenge part, right? Because if the building it's light, it's white or off-white, so that now need to thinking about the color balance. Okay.
Okay.
So material, I always use, oh, not always, I major use the Arches. Arches 140 pound. This is a
Yeah.
some Arches 140 pound cold surface, cold press surface or rough.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
maybe I use. Sometimes I use another. I actually tried all different kind of watercolor papers in the past years. Another brand name is Winsor Newton. Winsor Newton's paper is kind of soft surface. Some works pretty well. However, recently I used their paper again, found something changed. I'm concerned because the surface pretty much like another brand watercolor paper. So uh,
Okay.
I just I just a little bit lost the confidence about that. Okay, that's the paper. For brush, I always use natural haired brush like this. So this is a squirrel hair. I think it works pretty well. So for some bigger area, I use some a wider, pretty wide brush. It works also fine. Okay, so this is my palette. Now let's see my palette. You can see. Uh, I put the palette arranging like from blue, all the blue, certain blue, cobalt, then there's purple, then there is a indigo, a dark blue. I only have one green here. So it called the Viridian green.
Okay.
Then
Viridian.
Viridian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Then move on. There's a pretty dark brown sepia. Then raw amber, burned amber. This is a yellow lemon, and there's a raw sienna. For red, there's two red I keep. One is cadmium light red and cadmium deep red. So this one looks like white. Actually, it's a gray. It's called a gray of gray from I think hoping gray of gray. I do have a black here, but hardly use it. I don't remember, but I just keep something here. Okay. This is my palette. I usually prefer some big mixing areas. So this two thing, this could be used for warm color. This could be used for cold color. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Okay, just my mood changed after this struggling. Hopefully, I can survive tonight. Let's do it first. Start from sky. Okay. You probably cannot see I mix the color well, but it doesn't matter. Um,
So did you make the paper all wet beforehand?
the paper.
Is it wet? Did you make
Now,
it wet with your
the
spray
paper
bottle?
is dry.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
I just like say this is my squirrel bottle. I just you know thin
Yeah.
a little bit, uh,
Okay.
but not that much. Like because I don't know exactly where. Okay, you can see from your point of view. Maybe you can see. Oh, the sky is too dark. Look like. I think somebody maybe murmuring. The reason I'm thinking is this one. It because the building is kind of light color or no color or white, right? So
Yeah.
that gave me a feeling to say, okay, maybe this will balance the building situation well. So for sky, uh, While doing that, you can see I really haven't paid much attention. If I don't want to do a sky dominated painting, that is pretty much okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to move this line. Don't bother everybody. Is this okay?
Yes, fine.
All right. So I'll try and keeping back to the paper. You can see I finished the sky first. Well, since the demo is time limited, we just try to use the time, right? So whatever I can continue some area, I'm going to move on. For example, when I look at this place, actually it's a riverside, so there's some very shallow water around. Okay, so and some band, some solid land there. I just use this time to move on the some the front dam area because I need time to let the sky dry. Well, I don't know what other people think, but for me, this kind of painting or a lot of my painting, I try to lay color only once or twice, but not too many, not a layer by layer. Because by that way, then if you keeping layer, then your painting looks like muddy. So I get a pretty sharp eye. That always make me nervous. Okay. So I try you can see now it's just the first layer. Uh okay. If it's not dry, sometimes I use the sorry about that. Setup is really challenge. Okay. Okay, now I move to this like tree area. You can see the background tree. Why I'm not using that much green is because always mix. When you use green, always need to mix with other color. Okay. So
So
for
which green are you using?
this is
Or
like the green I mentioned.
okay, you're mixing them.
Iridium mix a little bit with raw sienna.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
if it's not dark enough, I dip into some amber. Mm. So I don't care about it. You can see some white stuff maybe showing
Yeah.
here. It doesn't bother me because if I want to express a sunny day, so it's always strong light. So that doesn't bother me. And I knew some area from here also coincide as a background. Okay. So I just use this opportunity to do like that. Okay. Um, Probably a little bit here. It doesn't have to be green. Okay. And then okay. Uh, let's see. If you see the building, this side actually it's a little bit shaded, so that's why you can see the color change. Okay, I'm going to use this one to give a light color. I prefer something gray, so I dip a little bit called gray of gray. We can see if it's not yellowish enough, even a little bit yellowish. Okay. So can you guys see it well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see this is also the first wash. Then I can check other part. Looks like here is a little bit dry. Well, I'm not going to see all the time, but a lot of time I really not follow like the paintings sequential well. Means what I saw that, oh, I can use this time doing a little bit this area. I'm going to move to. For like now, I'm going to see, okay, if this part of the building is, I would like give a little bit dark, but it could be too dark.
So what color are you using there?
This is like a I think a raw amber dipped
Okay.
with some purple and indigo blue. Okay. So if I feel like it might be too dark, then I like the soft and the lower part. Okay. One thing I need to protect here, this area, because sometimes water just dropped on the painting. That's the top of the building get active. Okay. So now I feel here is dry. Then I move to, let me clean up a little bit of my palette area. That's green. I don't like it contaminated my other color. Okay. And these two both roof, I like to distinguish the colors. So for this one, this is like a majorly burnt sienna. When I do painting, I always try to remember, okay, I'm sorry, I'll focus on final result. That means I like the whole painting stay together, but not like some area, means every area it doesn't need to be painted equally well. This is part of the building structure. You guys might not be see, but I can see it. Okay. Then for this part of the roof, dip a little bit of red. Then okay. All right, now I move. Sorry. I can work out a little later here. Okay. So since they are still wet in some area, I can work on some edge maybe here. Okay. All right. So let's work on, I move to the front bolt area. Well, for color, I really cannot say. I'm going to try to match exactly what the color looks like, right? Because the color also always change based on the time of the day and the weather, whatever. So, but this is like a little bit blue, probably majorly blue dominated. Okay. So for the bottom of the boat, there's a water line. I like to give it now because the dancing will make a little bit like water in the water. Okay. So for this boat, good.
Chen, what color did you use for the blue boat? There's a question about which color you use.
For this one,
Yes,
this is like I dip into cerulean blue in
cerulean. Okay.
yeah into a little bit of cobalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your brushes are all Chinese
Yeah, this is a Chinese brush.
mop brush? Is there a brand name? Because people want to know.
It it doesn't
Doesn't
have
have a
it
brand
doesn't
on
have
it.
a brand name. I think I bought well. The question is that like, in China, these things are very cheap. I remember quite a bit of years ago, I was there. I bought a bunch. Each one might be this one, turned to US dollars, probably less than $2. So
Wow.
yeah, it's you know, I just keep using. Mm. Okay, so then I'm going to see this is like give another bolt. Maybe just leave it as white. However, get to the bottom. And you can see how does it come out, right? Sometimes, okay. All right. So now I want to emphasize one thing is about the middle part. You can see this part in the real scenery, there's a whole bunch in boat, just you know, straight, not straight, keep there, lay down there, then move around. Some are pretty ghetto. However, it create interest, dark area. Let's see. I'll first maybe define this a little bit. Okay. So now I move to this dark area. Well, as I said, so trying to remember, the final effect. So that means it's just some shapes, lines, dots come out. So not worry too much about the detail. Like this area, you probably even you look at the picture, you don't know what are they, right? But you do can see they're controlled by some dark area, dark colors. So while I was there, I now realized that this building under lower part is very dark. It's like a storage or something. So that's why this is like a little bit dark blue. Okay. Since it's too dark, keep some kind of structure, red or okay. Highlight this boat. Work on this one. I can work on this one too. Okay.
So Chen, somebody
Yes.
wants to know if you have your paper at an incline or is it completely flat?
You mean my paper is flat or not flat?
No, no, is it at an angle? Is it
Angle?
or flat?
Oh, I like to add angle. This is like
Okay,
demo. In my regular way, I put like a 30-degree angle. Okay.
okay.
But now I almost like fix this one here. You see, it won't move because I was
It's
worried
flat.
about, during demo you shipped, then you need to remember me, hey, Chen, your paper moved. So now I might not need to worry about that. So, okay, look and see here. I put on some dark color. This area also, I like to treat it as neutral or dark. Okay. If you want to paint in what kind of loose way, so you should, the first one you need to fight is not too careful. Okay. So that's the word I can use. I don't know correct or not. So uh, now I realize that this one I can give a little bit dark here. All right, pretty much. I like to leave this one probably just as white. If you're doing that, if you don't forget to give a kind of line to suggest a boat is there. So if you can, like a viewer, recognize it, that's it, right? So, how about another one? Okay. And oh,
If anybody wants to follow along with the reference image, I put it in the chat. You can grab it off of the chat.
okay. When you look at the color, this blue maybe stand out. So I could add something here, balance. Okay, suggest another boat. Uh, so now this is dried. I give. Sometimes it's funny. I look at my painting and I say, uh, I, I really cannot give thought very well. It's the same shape or same line, something like that. But it doesn't bother me because, as I said, this is just like a landscape painting. So individual component might not be that important. So it, that's those. And if you look here, there are some windows too. Ooh, okay. Just to make it like a boat. All right. Okay. A little bit of move to foreground. Some reflection. Reflection. Okay. Since water is a shallow water, actually, so the reflection, I don't want to emphasize it too much. Mhm.
So there's a question, Chen, as to what made you decide to go with watercolor.
Say it again.
Why did you decide to paint watercolors? Did you just like them better, or it's just why you decided to go with watercolor?
You mean I haven't get the question right.
Well, what was your reason for wanting to paint watercolors as opposed to acrylics or pastels or
Oh, okay. What I feel like watercolor give you a transparency, very fresh appearance.
yes.
So that is in my way, you can see well, all this mark, they're not very well defined. But you can see most areas around this painting, the paint only been laid down once. Okay, so that is the effect. If you keep painting, adding this, adding that, then over layer, the appearance won't be look like this. Okay, we probably everybody experience something like that. Okay, so all right, so let's move. You can see here, I can on this left side, they're almost close to the shore. So give a little bit of dark. All right, now let's move to the foreground. This is just trying to create a feeling. Looks like there's some water, but if people can see, that's pretty much the damp ground or water somehow, then that's it. Then my goal is right? So okay. So now you can tell from the reference photo what this painting missing. They need lines. See, this is called what masses.
Yeah.
they provide a good chance, right, to give a line. Okay, so for well, since all this area painting the pretty loose, so I really don't mind to give the line also in kind of a loose way. Okay. So the lines is useful to break, the whole white area, right? So
Mhm.
if you can see when you add the line, then immediately change the dynamic. So that means, hey, the white thing doesn't look like that white, you know. So that is the purpose. Of course, the don't question about is that appropriate size to give a line? I don't know. So it just create a kind of a feeling. Okay, like you can see somewhere. Well, this is the one thing I want to see. I forget to mention. I always trying to maximum simplify the scenery in front of me. So whatever could be a reference photo, could be the real scenery. Painting should only capture the important component, then forget other. So that's I trying to even I painted many years, but I still cannot do it very well in many times. So you might be see, hey, the master sometimes a lot of white or light white, but I have to lie because use the watercolor technique. If I put a white, you cannot see anything, right? Sometimes you can see this heavy duty stuff, then maybe interesting, right? So because the whole thing is still light color, so I will give some heavy duty equipment. It could be bolt repairing equipment or something else. And it don't have to be exactly look like that, but people understand. Okay. Move around stuff. So in this area, far right, you can see there's some bolt hiding in that corner. Okay, I know there are some. So then add a couple lines here. Okay. So you can see most components already be there. So now it's a last step is to thinking about oh, where I needed to make a little bit of change, or I need to add something here or add something there. Uh, and also this is the most dangerous area stage, let's see, because if you keeping adding something here, something there, something there, then keeping doing, then suddenly, well, very often I realized, okay, that's too much. Then the painting is good part is gone. So the watercolor just unforgivable. Yeah. buffered a little bit. So I can see this area maybe trying to make the dark a little bit come out the boat, then give to. Yeah, it works. So far, questions?
Looks great.
Okay. Well, usually when I finish like almost 85% or 90%, I prefer stop somewhere because I don't want to keep doing this. Eventually, something bad happened, then you cannot save the painting. Okay. All
So
right.
then the question is, do you add masked reflections in the water? The reflections from the masts in the
Oh
water.
yeah. Well, the question is this one. If it's a shallow water or somehow it's muddy, the reflection might not showing very well, but you do can add some, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, that was just one of the questions.
okay.
What's the biggest piece of paper you have ever worked on? Biggest size painting?
This is a I don't know. It's a
No,
12,
I know what you're painting on
12
now,
by
but what is the
60.
biggest you have worked on?
Well,
Full
biggest
size?
one is a full sheet. I painting full sheet. Full sheet
Okay,
like 22 by 30, right?
30. Yeah.
But if you work in this way, in the beginning, I said this is like a pretty fast painting skill, especially if you go outside. If you go outside, you want to finish outside, then you cannot use, well, not easy to use the
No,
full
it's
sheet,
not.
right? So
Yeah.
however, let's look at what's my statement in the beginning. I said, well, I like to painting uh looks like a whole. Means not just look at one component here, one component here, or one component there. Well, it's the whole painting as a whole thing. So uh, first in my mind is, does it keep fresh appearance? Okay.
Hmm.
So can you do it finished from beginning to the end in a shorter period of time? Then, okay. Then also, are you happy with the final effect? When you look at a thing, look at the whole thing, not just one, thought, oh, there's nothing, I don't understand what this, I don't want. Well, many times you don't need to understand, right? But if you, I don't know how to see that. If you get a feeling about this kind of scenery, and well, that's it. That's pretty much. However, again, if you want to send the painting to the show, usually I still prefer painting pretty careful because the jury they kind of how to see, even everybody, let's say, oh, I love to loose painting. I like my painting become more loosely. But then if you in front of a jury, they might have different thinking. Okay, they might be thinking, oh, you're not seriously about your work or somehow. But it doesn't bother me. I have tons of this kind of painting come out. Okay. So
I like it.
So Quan,
I think
uh, Chen, you still have some time. If you wanted to go through that slide presentation you had, you can do that.
right. Okay, let's see. I can do that or not. How I'm going to I need to share screen. Let me
Y-
share the screen.
Yes. John,
Ah,
do you know how to do that?
I know how to do that. Um,
Shares at the bottom
At the bottom,
I-
the menu at the bottom, right about
of
the
the
middle.
Zoom.
There you go.
Yes, there you go. Now you need to go to your keynote.
I uh I need to where to go to my desktop. Sure. Well, I don't need to sign in, right?
Yeah, you need to find it.
Huh? Sorry, do I?
Did you do it in Keynote?
Oh, it's a
What app did you use?
It was in keynote.
There you
There
go.
it is. You got it.
Press
yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Remember we talked, yeah, press play.
yeah. I need oh, this is bothering me. I
Yeah,
cannot
press plus play. See the play button? There you go. Okay. And remember I told you how to
I
switch the
do.
slides?
Does it bother you guys on the right side? Can you see all
Yeah,
the
we can see everything.
Yep.
It's perfect.
okay? So hey, so this is like a very briefly you know talk about my material paper. I use Arches 140 pound raw cold press paper. Sometimes Winsor Newton. Uh, as I said, Winsor Newton recently not very good. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to check them. Then palette. That's all the colors listed here. Some are frequently used like yellow like brown, like blue, but some are not that often used, like red, green always mixed with others. So sometimes I feel there's a gray is useful if you mix with others. They give you a little bit of opaque appearance. However, it changes the value, so it's give you more different gray color. So that is the good part. Uh, well, brushes. So this is my brushes I use currently. As I said, I always prefer natural hair brushes, such as squirrel hair or some gold hair brushes, like this long handle one. It's the gold hair, I believe. Others squirrel hair. So the bottom one, that's the largest one, is not. It's synthetic. It's mostly when I work on the big area, I occasionally use it. Okay, so on the right, this is what I found online. This is this selling these square hair brushes. So um, all different kind of natural hair brushes I tried. So I just want to see. Fundamental thing is, you know, it really doesn't matter. So it just you can use whatever kind of brush. Uh, so for my painting style, this is a several point I summarized. See, I like to paint in a loose way. Then also always trying to simplify the subject. Um, my painting, I keep in mind is trying to combine all components as a whole. Also create results as impressive and suggestive. So these two where's my cursor? These two paintings I put on here. On the left side, you can see this is like a pretty much same approach as I did today, except not that much colorful. Always lay down the color directly, so some big area leave the white untouched. All the fake, there are some fakers, cars, just suggestive. They indicated, then not give details. On the right side, I'm sorry, on the right side, this is the rainy day scene. So I do this kind of painting, I still have to completely wash the whole surface, use one homogeneous color or a little bit of change color, then come out to work on the details. Okay, so you can, I I know, yeah. So that is pretty much my okay. That's pretty much my demo. So sorry in the beginning.
No,
I
that's
I,
okay.
I feel kind of screw up. I feel like, see, gosh, I cannot continue. Okay, that's it. I'm going to escape somewhere. But eventually, if the camera fixed, so now I try to bring my mood back to the painting. Uh, it looks like it's pretty much just like that. I would say I cannot. Well, within such shorter of time, I cannot make it much better. I don't want. That's not my intention. I don't want to tonight work get a lot of details work. So this I still followed my original idea to complete this demo. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thanks,
Um,
Chen.
you do a drawing beforehand, right?
Yeah, well, actually, when I come today, so the paper is totally white. I was thinking to draw in front of you. So, however, since the meeting takes some time, the camera get problem. I just when you
I
guys
know.
went
No,
through those schedule, I
it was,
quickly outlined. Yeah.
yeah.
The,
It was just somebody asked of whether you did the drawing, but I see you do a very faint outline and then fill in with
when
your paints
When,
from
when
there.
I trying to to do a drawing in front of viewer, the purpose is trying to suggest when you're doing the drawing you already in the action to see. Oh, I'm thinking this area I can use. Let me see, close this one.
Can you stop your, yeah, there you go. Stop your sharing until you can see your painting again.
Okay, stop share.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay,
Great.
yeah, this is the okay. There. Okay, yeah. So when you do the drawing, for example, you can see, okay, when I go to the, I'm thinking, oh, I will decide that this area is different from this area. When I leave the something under the white building, I'm gonna thinking, okay, I'll make it dark. I'm going to make a different dark. And if I leave nothing here, no pencil mark, it also means I'll decide later. I'm not going to detail. Okay, so if you leave too lot of pencil mark, then it just lead you into the action which you don't want. So then later you realize you see, oh, how stupid I just do too much work in that area. Because if you put several dark color there, it already suggests the structures. It already suggests the value there, right? So that is the purpose. However, for bold, then you have to give a bold shape. Right? If you're bold, not like a bold, like a car, then that's no bold. Then everybody knows that. So some, for example, like this white one, you see this is white paper. This is white paper. I don't know. I feel that's enough. I feel when viewer look at this painting, everybody understand that this is the bold, this is the reflection. So, however, it's a little bit look like a abstractive thing, right? So that's the most difficult part for painting, at least for myself, is when you see a photo like this, then how are you going to convert a photo or image into an actual painting on paper? So two things are different. This is like a brain work too. It's not just you know how to make color, you know how to lay on, you know how. It's not like that. It's mostly it's a brain work. It's struggling to see. I want to convert the image into a painting, so which will need a lot of work outside painting. Let's say that way, right? So
So Leslie had a question about how did you make the choice to not complete the foreground?
to not complete what?
The foreground, the very
Oh,
front.
well, for me, this is a finish. I'm not going to, I don't think to add any more in foreground.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
So what I mean finished from my side is like, if you can feel this foreground, it could be like a water, at least a very wet ground or something water. That's enough. Then
Yeah,
I I'm I don't have plan to thinking add more things here.
I
Uh,
agree. Yeah,
probably this is like another philosophy about painting is one time I heard a very famous artist, I think it's Frenchman. He said it's like say make your painting not too solid. That means like a painting breath. Okay.
yes.
Like the painting breath, like give a room, leave room, like the air in, air out.
Yeah,
Right. So that's pretty useful description. For me, you can see, well, at least I did once. I'm pretty happy and I always wanted to paint a demo. I like that way to like people understanding is most area, those paintings only use the pen once,
yeah. I
not two
know that.
times, not three times. So
Yeah,
that's why even when I look at a screen, I still can tell at least this painting is quite fresh, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, well, if you can do something fresh, that's a good achievement. But not all the paintings usually, and also if it's a sunny day, these white spot when you let's go outside. If you go outside, even you stand in the shopping mall or a square, you sunny day you have to cleanse your eye because there's too much light that give you know many reflections
yeah.
around. So that's the feeling. That is the atmosphere. That's what I want to use that one. So I don't care much about say, oh, you leave a lot of white. You should feel it carefully. If you do that way, I did before. I did many times. When I did that way, the result eventually I'm not happy. I just say, oh gosh, this is a stupid thing I did.
Mhm.
Always conclusion like that. So
But you paint alla prima, which is what the Italians call it.
uh-huh.
First time,
uh,
you finish it in one go. A lot of
uh,
lot of artists go back in and paint two or three layers.
yeah. So if this dark area, if you only lay it out once, you can come out. You can see the white paper still come out. It
Yeah,
give you kind of called this um, light box or advertisement, effect, right?
yeah.
Like light come out inside. So yeah, that's what I like to do. So one thing I didn't mention is I do have a white gouache here.
Yeah,
So this is the one for example, this master, if it's dark, totally dark, very dark background, I like to use this one, give a line. Okay.
uh,
I don't mind to use this one. So some organizations they just ban to use like say TWSA. Well, they just don't like this way. A lot of other organizations maybe also, but for me, it's really it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me, and also it's a quick solution. to create a white line.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, very nice. I think everybody really, really liked it. Lots of hand clapping, lots of hearts went up for your painting.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
thank you,
Yeah,
Chen. It
still
was very,
sorry
very
about
good.
the beginning. So yeah, eventually they can finish like this. I'm okay. Okay.
Chen, can you send us a screenshot of your final painting?
I got one.
Oh, you have one? Okay.
I have it.
All right.
Yeah. Another thing, apology about my English. I haven't talked to people for a long time since I retired. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's just if you can see my finger move around the paper and create something, that's it. All right. So we
Well,
use this
you
kind
did
of
great.
language. We use brush language rather than real English. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So anybody
Thank you.
have question, you can email me personally, then I will give you a little bit more explanation and discussion. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody, just so you know, I think I put it in the chat, but we're going to add to the member page screenshots, the drawing, the final painting, Chen's materials list. So if you're a member, go to the website, sign in, and you'll see on the member page those items from tonight's demo and also from the last couple demos we've done, along with a link to the video that we'll have on YouTube. It'll take a few days to get all that up there. Don't go there today, but in a few days, when the video comes out on YouTube, you'll find the member-only stuff on our website. Okay.
Thanks, Chen.
Okay.
Thanks, Liz.